Yes, sir. And we're back once again. Big Willie Styles, King, Big A. We three kings is in the building once again, man. Coming to you live on this beautiful Sunday evening. I'm glad we starting to get a little break in the weather today. It was a beautiful day, man. It was a good day, man. We had some good times today. Me and King. We won't talk about that in a little bit. But Big A, man, how you feeling, man? You good?
Man, it's feeling good, fellas. Y'all know, man. Y'all kind of know what I've been going through, here. But it's good. I was on the same thing. I had to work this weekend. It was snowing. I'm like, please stop. Like
Man, and we've been
springtime.
Yeah, and then listen, we've been fighting these last couple of weeks too, man. And like I said, we've been on a little hiatus, but we know we back once again. King, what's good with you, bro?
Man, listen, enjoying the weather. That's all. My biggest gripe has been this weather, especially here in Michigan, man. The power outages, all that, it's just been hell.
Man,
So,
and we just listened to, the other day dealing with that wind, man. It knocked Big Willie around a little bit too. I have to admit, it moved me for a second. I'm like, what's going on? But hopefully that's the last of it, man. We can start enjoying this weather and start enjoying this off season. What's going on? So first things first, man, we got to get into this Lions talk, man. They have been busy and been making some major moves this off season when it comes to free agency, man. So we got to talk about it a little bit. King, man, how are you feeling about the moves that the God himself, Brad Holmes, have been making over the past week or two, man? How you feeling?
man, it's been an exciting time to be a Lions fan right now. It really have, man. To have a GM to elect not to go with the biggest names out there and throw money all over the place and say, listen, we're gonna go and get some ballers, some football players, as Dan Campbell say, and I mean some hell of a football players, and fill some needs, some big glaring needs that we needed to fill, man. Obviously the CJ signing just took it over the top. You know what I'm saying? So that
Right.
that literally broke the internet for a minute. But yeah, man, he's been amazing, man, and we got a big draft coming ahead.
Of course, of course. Big A, man. What you feeling?
Listen, listen. This is something that we've been asking every GM that we have, like, because we already know we've been playing behind the eight ball as Lions fans for a long time. And we know that this thing to get this ship right, it was going to be a combination of through the draft and through free agency. So we did good through the draft last year. Not so well when it came to free agency, but this year free agent, this has been like the first time to where it's like, I ain't gonna lie, I was sick about the Jamal thing. I was sick about that. But the way we came, like as they say, rounded up third, like dude, like I mean, it's like, man, the way is that he went and attacked that secondary, dude. It was just masterful, dude. And it's like this like the first time you seen this happen as a Lions fan. Like we went and got people that was out there that and they want to be here, man. We ain't go
Right.
get the Mike Daniels that's chasing a check and uh, flowers and all of them, dude. Like it's just when it got some dogs, man.
Are are you saying that it's not SOL?
No, oh no, dude. It's like I love the mixture of like you say, you went and got Sutton. Sutton is listen, Sutton is walking through the door.
Versatile.
That's an instant upgrade at that
Hmm.
position.
Correct.
Sutton
Yeah.
walking through the door. I'm here to start.
Right.
Then you go get Mosley. Mosley's a dog, but of course he's coming off an injury. But
Injury.
look, I know I got something to prove.
There you
You know
go.
what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end, dude, you gonna get Gardner Johnson? Like, I mean,
Al-
come on, dude.
Also on a it's also on a prove it deal too.
It's more
Exactly. Exactly.
exactly,
What?
exactly.
Exactly. And
Like
that's
you,
and
like when like people say, well, what do you mean by Daniels? Daniels came over here. He was able to sit, get paid. Gardner Johnson, like King said, a proven dude. Look, I know you ready to ball, but I ain't gonna give you that money right away. You gonna come in this door, and you gonna earn. You know what I'm saying? So, whew. And
yeah,
I
and
mean, let's not forget Montgomery.
Most definitely. Listen, the moves that's been made, especially if you look at the contracts, that's was a major key in what's been going on with these acquisitions. Like you said, Gardner Johnson on a 1 year, $8 million deal, prove it deal. Mosley on a 1 year, prove it deal. You got Sutton on a 3 year deal. Nothing bigger than on these 4, 5, 6 year, $80 million deals that we didn't see in the prior regimes. These are, like you said, proven deals that Holmes have collected. And like I said, he went directly and addressed the most dire need that we had in this offseason, and that's getting that secondary solidified. That was the biggest need that we had, and he attacked it. Of course, there's some other places that we can go still in this offseason if we choose to, but it makes the look of the draft a little bit more clear of what we need to go after as far as someone up front or in that up front or that linebacker core. We still you never can have too many DBs. You can never have too many DBs. So that also puts into effect, and then also with something Brad Holmes did this past week, which is masterful. He went ahead and restructured some of these contracts of Batai and Aqua, and also restructuring Walker's contract, which moves some things around to allow us to have free up some cap space to be even we need to go after somebody big or a few more playmakers out there. And like you said, Big A, these are playmakers that we're bringing. These ain't just regular guys. These are guys that come from organizations like Mosley from San Francisco. You know what their defense looks like. Sutton from Pittsburgh. You know how Pittsburgh gets down. So these guys are proven players. And then, of course, Gardner Johnson coming from over there with Philly did. All these teams have defense that shows up and shows out.
Hey, can I admit something here?
Go ahead.
Y'all know how I am. Once an op, you always an op. Gardner Johnson's still an op to me. When he caught them back on 2 picks against Michigan in the bowl game.
Well, you're gonna have to let that go.
I know, right?
Listen, I forgot about that one, man.
I ain't forget about it.
I forgot about
Speaking of Sutton, man, there's another Sutton in the rumor mill. Cortland Sutton from Denver. He's attached to the Lions right now. So Brad Holmes is he's not done.
No, not at all. He's one that's been attached. Also, hearing some murmurs about out of Buffalo too was one that was being put out there. But also, I listen. I know. Please don't jump on my back. But with the cap space that we done freed up and the picks that we got, do you think that the Lions of Brad Holmes is kicking them tires at Lamar Jackson?
No.
Keep Lamar Jackson away from my team.
No.
Keep him away from your team.
No.
Yes, bro. Really? I don't want to pay for him, man. Why? We're doing things the right way. Go and get me a damn quarterback to sit behind Goff. I don't want to give him all of my money.
But let me ask you this: who will be the quarterback that you would want to sit behind Goff?
I mean, we just have to see the way the chips fall in this draft.
I know that, but who would you prefer if it was your choice?
I mean, like I said, to me, besides the obvious at the top 3, I mean, none of these guys are something that's just like wow in the first place. So all of these guys are somebody you're gonna have to bring in and sit behind a quarterback, period. So, like I said, let's just do that for once. We have not done that since I've been a Lions fan. My total Lions fan career. I've never seen the Lions do that. Let's do that. I don't want to pay him all of that money.
Hold on, King. We did it with Charlie Batch.
Man, come on, man.
Charlie Batch was 47 years old when he came in the league.
Charlie Batch was
coming
solid,
out
man.
of Easter. Yeah. Hey, one thing I do want to mention, which you kind of talked on about, Willie, is y'all know how I've been, right? And the way they restructured that deal, like, look, when you was balling, we paid you, and you ain't been producing since you signed it, and it's like, hey, man, we got to get some of that money back. And the way that they did that deal, Vitale, even Tracy Walker, which I don't put him with Vitale and Akrar. But even moving that money around, and it showed you that they understand it. Hey, we got to free up some more money.
Mhm.
We still not done. You know what I'm saying? And
It,
I just
it,
love how they did, and that's why. But hold up, and that's why I'm saying I am with King. Don't make these moves that you make and then jump off the diving board and bring in Lamar Jackson in here paying all that money. And dude, it's just, to me, that's not the way we need it. We got Goff here. Let's draft us a quarterback. This is the draft to do it. We missed
so
out on last
so
draft.
so Big A,
This is
Big
the
A,
draft.
Big A. So what you telling me and what I'm hearing is that this team couldn't win with golf. Is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, from the process we're at right now, yes, I
Yes.
Oh,
totally agree with that.
oh wow. Okay, we got we
You're
got
building.
Totally agree with that.
Listen,
okay.
you're building right now. Brad Holmes is building a golf type of team. One thing we've always said from the beginning: golf has to have some of everything. He has to have everything. Your offense is solid. You're
Yes, it
building
is.
the defense right now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you're giving golf the tools to get you there at least. To get
Listen,
you there. Whether he can win it all or not,
not
we'll have to wait and see. But we're
Exactly.
listen,
building enough for him to
listen.
get us there.
And I've been saying this for the past 2 seasons. It, once you get that line up front, you can have anybody back there throwing the ball. I mean, golf. He
Yeah.
was an all pro just because he was just sitting back there. He had
And Tony
all
Romo.
day to throw. Tony Romo, he's getting paid millions being commentator right now because he was sitting behind that line. And Ezekiel Elliott and the other running back they had over there before Elliott had they're in 2,000 yards, running behind a good offensive line. That's key to me, and I'm thankful that the Lions took that initiative to make sure. Listen, we got to make sure we got the Hogs up front going, and also we bring back one of our boys, Graham Glasgow too. He coming back
Yeah.
home. But Ty, like I said, they restructured his deal, but before he got hurt, he was a Pro Bowl type level type player. So if he come back and be the way he was before, on top of the guys that we got now, not only we got a solid offensive line, but we also got depth. Oh man, then we got, like I said, Montgomery. Now I know a lot of guys was a little emotional when we didn't obtain Jamal Williams, and I know he was a fan favorite. A lot of us, including us, like I said, because there's several times when we went out there to see the Lions and he interacted with us. So yeah, definitely that was a move, but Montgomery, he the boy's a beast. He can run it and he can catch it, man. So it's not like with the Lions, they're not sitting and waiting. They're not sitting back and say, okay, listen, we want you here, but if not, listen, we got moves to make. We serious right now. And I appreciate Brad Holmes for taking that initiative. Like you said, Big A and King, this is not SOL anymore.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Um, I'm going to be very short and straight with this real quick because I don't even really want to address it. No, simply no. Matthew Stafford won a Super Bowl on Jared Goff built team. So until Goff wins the Super Bowl, we can at least have a conversation. Right now, it's not even in the question simply because this team has never been built the way that you're seeing right now for the entirety of
And
Matthew Stafford's
right.
career.
And then it was different times too. Like I
Yeah.
said, they got Matthew Stafford to do what they needed to do right now at that time. We got Goff and no picks to do what we're doing right
Exactly.
now in the future. So yeah, eventually I would say after the end of this season, yeah, that trade,
I,
will be worth it. But like I said, we're working on our right now, right now. And the
But
Rams did their right now back then.
another short thing for the statisticians in the comment section. Listen, I've been seeing some tweets out there about the stats with Jared Goff and where he's been rated as a quarterback. There's a total difference. Matthew Stafford, no running game, threw the ball 90% of the football time down the field.
No
You're going to
running
throw
game.
more interceptions. You're going to have more incomplete passes. Jared Goff threw the ball down the field in totality of probably about 7 times last season. Your numbers are going to look great. Let's just be real about it. We like Jared Goff. We want him to continue to be the quarterback. We want to bring in a quarterback behind him.
Indeed.
But stop with the Matthew Stafford and Goff comparisons because it's foolish.
Shout out to my guy Blueprint J, man. Appreciate
yes,
you for
most
joining us,
definitely.
man.
Yeah, salute the Blueprint Jay. Follow him on Instagram. You know, Blueprint is a beat writer for the Michigan Wolverines of 24/7. So make sure that y'all follow him. Uh, listen, you know, Twitter, Instagram. You know, if you follow Michigan recruiting, anything to do with Michigan, man, he's one of the newest, hottest people out there. And listen, I get a lot of my information from him. So make sure that y'all go out there and y'all support and follow him. Uh, Blueprint Jay, hopefully you still around when we get into the Michigan content, and
We
maybe
got
you
some
can come up
recruiting to
too.
talk about. We got some
Yes,
recruiting to talk about on
but
that one.
you know, I want to jump back into that deal. In that questioning, did we win the Stafford trade? To me, I'm going to say yes, we won it because guess what? The Rams are going to be in the dump for years
for
to
years,
come, and
but they got what they wanted.
that's
Exactly.
but that's what I'm about to say. But
Mhm.
listen, Sean McVay, he not going to be around to. They already talked about how he in the hot seat, so it's like, do you build it up the right way? But like how they did in KC? Or do you go with the sell it all and you win it for that short thing and then you lose your job?
I
You know
mean,
what I'm
listen,
saying?
he got a ring out of it. So listen,
Yeah.
I
Listen,
lose
Sean
my job
McVay.
with a
Sean
ring.
McVay is going to find him a job wherever he
You
wants
know,
him to
I
be.
know
Yes, he
how
will.
it is.
And,
Yeah.
and with the Rams were as patient as they could be. They built that team. They waited. He couldn't get them there. They got Matthew Stafford. They won a Super Bowl. Now it's
Now,
time to rewind.
Nice.
That's the cycle.
And you know, like I said, they sold the house for it. They gave us some draft picks, which we will be looking forward to those draft picks this year, with us having several in the first couple of rounds. So we got to talk about this, you know, with the draft coming up, which I'm excited on. I know me and Big A was talking about it. King, I know you amped on it too to get ready for this upcoming draft. With the offseason, the way the Lions have been moving, where do you see the Lions going with that sixth pick?
Wherever the hell they want to. Simple and plain. This is I can take the best talent available for
There
whatever
you go.
hole I want to fill. Period. I mean, you fill holes already. I can go wherever I want to go. If the best player available is a defensive lineman, if it's a linebacker, whatever the hell you want to do, you can do that simply because of your free agency, your trade.
Indeed, indeed.
I listen, before this draft, you know, I was saying, you know, because it didn't look like Jalen Carter was going to fall to us.
Mhm.
But, you know, through all the stuff that's going on with him, it's looking like he was going to fall to us. And then just the moves that they made and free agency, what that was telling me, okay, if you ain't getting Jalen Carter, you ain't got to stay up there to get one of those corners.
Mhm.
The Lions, I feel, if Jalen Carter is not there, they trade him back for more picks, and which I like because this is a linebacker.
Heavy. Yep.
Give him that shout out, King.
Definitely giving a shout out to my man Mike, man. Lions Talk by Chat Sports, man. Also Micro Mike on Lions Nation Unite, man, a fellow partner over there, man. So shout out to him, man, doing your thing out there. Also shout out to Dose of Dion too, man. I
Let's
always want to
go.
give y'all guys a shout out.
For sure.
Salute,
For
salute.
sure. For sure.
So back to what I was saying. So it's like Jalen Carter not there, you can move back because also we also know a need that we need is linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So this is the draft to where you can get multiple linebackers in this draft. You know what I'm saying? And you can still move back even if you want to get one of those corners because you know it's a plethora of those. So the Lions, as the old saying, we playing with house money in this draft, man.
Exactly. Now I would we got it. We got to speak on it because you mentioned it too in regards to the Jalen Carter situation. Now, of course, you know he didn't participate in the combine. You know he had the off the field issues with the situation where he was brought up on misdemeanor charges dealing with the accident with the fellow teammates and those losing their lives, and then coming to his pro day, coming a little bit overweight as well as not finishing throughout
Drills.
those drills. With all that being said, do the Lions, if he's available, still take Jalen Carter?
I don't know, man, because Brad Holmes, based off of the history of Brad Holmes, I don't know if he takes a swing at that. Brad Holmes likes a certain type of player. Listen, Dan Campbell said it clear that anybody needs to understand. We don't want any turds on this team.
Mm-hmm.
Period. They have a certain type of player that they're looking for with this team. And it's not just, you don't have to be star spangled awesome. But I know for the fan base, I know there's a lot of Nick Fairley anxiety going on here.
Man,
Pat
You
Fairley,
know what I'm saying?
man.
There's a lot of Nick Fairley anxiety going on. Listen,
But
the thing what happened with him and his teammates in the racing, listen, these players, college students, they do this stuff all the time.
all the time,
This one
yeah.
turned out bad. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. But to come overweight when it's time to work and when it's time to show yourself, that I have a problem with.
I understand.
This is an opportunity for you to put that to bed,
Indeed.
and you
Nah,
didn't take it.
exactly. Now I will say this,
Willie, let me you know,
yeah,
the
go
thing,
ahead.
because me and King talked about this, right? The thing that really got me upset with that pro day, as if everybody don't know, the pro day is their design for the player. You did not even perform in the combine.
For you to
So
shine.
you knew the pro day was the day. Even everything that was going on, you show up 10 pounds heavier, and then you didn't even finish. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, you see reports out there, you see people say, oh, maybe it was stress eating because of the situation. Listen, man, I need you to go harder in tough situations. I don't need you to
Yep.
fall backwards in tough situations. You're going to have ups and downs as a rookie, as a player in this league. So you mean to tell me that you're going to gain weight every time something gets tough? No.
Exactly.
Those character issues are a red flag in the beginning for me.
Yep.
Hell of a talented player, obviously. Strong player, just freakish, right? But I don't think Brad Holmes swings that way simply because of he goes after a certain type of player, man.
And I totally agree with you because as you saw, listen, I was so happy that Nick Fairley got up out of Detroit because, I had bond money set to the side for Big Willie because I'm like, man, if they happen to run into each other, like Big Willie, I mean, even to see how Aaron Donald panned out, it just still grinds Big Willie gears because we didn't draft Aaron Donald because we had Nick Fairley. But the thing about that, what King was hitting on, everybody's having Nick Fairley anxiety because the same things that's going on with Jalen Carter, a lot of these character issues was going on with Nick Fairley. And Nick Fairley was a beast at Auburn.
Beast, man.
A beast.
Took over
But
that national
all the
championship
extra,
game.
yes, a D tackle took over the national championship game by himself. But the off the field issues, the things you heard about Nick Fairley, he came in overweight. I mean, it's just like a exact contrast to what's going on with Jalen Carter.
Now, I will say this, fellas. I know it brought back the Nick Fairley vibes, but we also got to remember that was a different regime that we was dealing with how they would draft. That was still Matt Millen era too that we was dealing with. I believe
Excellent point.
The way that we're orchestrated right now, you turn on the tape and you see what Carter's done. You can't surpass that. And the organization that we have right now and the way the organization is gearing towards, he's not going to be able to come in and not be able to perform it in this situation. So I believe if he is available, I believe Holmes will take a swing at him because, like I said, you just cannot pass up on that type of talent. It's not like, we need some help up front. Like I said, it's not a desperate need, but there's some other ones that we can go with. But that type of talent, like
he solidifies it.
Yeah, he does. And then, like you
Yeah.
said, and then the thing is we got some leadership on both sides of the ball that can get him in line. We didn't have that before. So we had a lot of veterans on this team that was here to get a check, like you said, Big A. But now everybody's seeing what was going on, and you need to get the program. Like you said, you got guys that's restructuring and taking less money to stay here, and you got guys willing to come in. So you get all that energy coming to this team. For a rookie like that, he's gonna have to get on board. And I believe if he gets here, it's definitely going to make some noise.
Now that's an excellent point that you made. And listen, don't get it twisted in the comment section. Hey, listen, I'm not saying for me per se what I would do. I'm saying based off the history of Brad Holmes and what they've said publicly.
True that.
But in this situation, if it's me, I take him. You know why?
Yeah.
I always put my eye towards the franchise. We need to be that franchise that can take a young man like that and groom him to be a professional and a great young man. You know what I'm saying? We need to be that. We've seen teams like the Patriots do that in the past. Take a problem player and then they become some model citizen in Boston. Right. We need to be that franchise. You're not always going to get the cream of the crop when it comes to cleanness, when it comes to the
upstanding citizen.
The Star-Spangled Austin type of guy. We're not going to always be able to do that. So I will challenge the franchise and say, listen, you got enough veterans. You got enough excellent young men. You have a great staff. I would challenge you to take that young man and say, hey, listen, this is what it's going to be. If you want a football career, period, you're going to have to get your shit together. I would challenge them to do that.
There you go, King.
And I'm there too, just to make mine clear. He's there, you draft him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you also, like you say, you set up that a wall around him.
Listen, there you go.
You listen, like what Memphis is doing now with Ja. Hey, we're no longer staying in cities. You got to set those boundaries. Look, we're bringing you in here. You have an opportunity to impact this franchise. Like King say, we are now becoming the team where dudes are like, hey, I want to go there. I'm loving what they building there.
Never in our lifetime.
Not never.
Have we been
in our lifetime, right?
I'm seeing a lot of this in the chat, and then the Jeffrey Simmons talk.
Yeah.
To be able to bring a Jeffrey Simmons over here, along with what we have, and then draft the Jalen Carter, where he ain't forced right in there. Same kind of thing with what the Eagles was doing with Jordan Davis before he got hurt. To be able to, like you say, we have depth. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to bring a talent in like that, to be able to mold him. Look, you ain't even got to hop in this thing right away.
Exactly.
Brother, Lions fans, listen to me. Y'all all sat with us and y'all all watch Hard Knocks with us.
There we go.
If you can't see the type of brotherhood that's commanded around the organization when it comes to the coaching staff and the players, then there's no way you'll understand where we're coming from right now. You have to understand, if we have an opportunity to take Carter, damn it, you take him.
Yeah.
And if we do take him, I got enough faith to say, hey, the Lions organization can make sure that this man is on the right track. They can get him where he needs to be. They can motivate him. They can protect him. They can put that wall around him and say, hey, listen, we going to focus on football.
Exactly.
Indeed.
And hey, sorry to cut you off a little bit. Hey, we got the policy, as you walk through the door, you take your shoes off. But over here, when you come in with us, smash that like button, smash that share button for us, we just want to, be able to get this out, continue to spread and just continue to, build with everybody, so smash, hit that like and subscribe if you're not subscribed, because we got something coming up.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, we do. So I will to pick it back off of what you guys said. Like I said, if Jalen Carter is there, I would definitely take that pick. And if he's not there, because like I said, to me, like I said, it's between Jalen Carter and Will Anderson. In my opinion, if those two are available for the Lions, I would take them. And if not, I would definitely make moves to trade back and get some more assets. Because if those two are not available, whoever's there that we want at 6 is going to be there a little further back, in my opinion. So definitely,
Will sold to the Cardinals.
I know, but you still, you know what I'm saying? We'll keep hope alive a little bit. Keep hope alive. So yeah, we definitely looking forward to, these upcoming weeks. Like I said, still free agency stuff going on. The Lamar Jackson saga still continues, so we're gonna be watching on for that, and then look forward to this draft. So, any final thoughts on the Lions before we switch it up, fellas?
What?
Go ahead.
Oh, my sorry. Let's mention what we got coming up on April 2nd before we switch it up because that kind of goes along with Lions.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna bring it back up for the Michigan segment also. But go, Keith.
So that.
Yeah, all I was gonna say is, man, we just need to make sure, that we don't reach in this draft, man. Brad Holmes,
exactly,
just don't reach. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's not necessary. You're doing a great job. We're having a good time.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's not reach, man. I just wanted to bring this up, fellas, before we get ready to switch things over. We did have the latest on our signed elsewhere, and that was DJ Chark. Man. A lot of people had hopes for him coming back to be that final piece for the receiving core. But yeah, he ended up going to the Panthers, which absolutely sucks. We lost I'm not gonna say we lost Oruwariye. Oruwariye lost himself. And went to Giants, man. He had the opportunity. It sucks, you had one down year, and that's what happens. But that's how the NFL. That's how it is, man. We also lose Austin Bryant. Hell of a player, just couldn't stay healthy throughout his career. But he ends up with a hell of a team in the 49ers, with the 49ers, man. So, yeah, just some of the players that we lose besides the obvious with, Elliott going to the Dolphins and Williams going to the Saints. So, wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, man. It was, the Shark thing, I was hoping for that also. But it's kind of one of those things, But, yeah. So listen. Mm-hmm. Hey, listen, we told y'all, you're going to pull that up. Key. As we told y'all, listen, it's here, man. April 2nd, which is next Sunday, live on right here with us on YouTube. Mm-hmm. We will be raffling off the Aiden Hutchinson autograph rookie card and the Aiden Hutchinson jersey patch card. So what you have to do is you have to be subscribed to the YouTube and you have to be here live when we do it. So it's here. We told y'all we got some things coming, and this is just to get it started off, So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hear April 2nd. We will be doing a raffle live. We're gonna first raffle off the jersey patch card, and then we will raffle off the autograph rookie card. Aiden Hutchinson.
All right, so we got Willie coming back in, but in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break before we switch this thing over to the Pistons, man. So anything final you got for us, Willie?
I'm back. little technical difficulties. But no, yeah, like I said, we good. Like I said, I'm looking forward to these upcoming weeks when, with the draft coming aboard. Listen, and also, I'm going to be live. King, I know you're going to be live. Big A, I know you're going to be dropping. So when the draft comes, make sure y'all tune in to We Three Kings because we're going to be in the building throughout the whole draft process, man. So, like you said, kick your feet up, get your popcorn ready because, like, the draft is coming and we here.
Absolutely. Listen, it was so live how we did it last year. Like y'all was like, dude, y'all got me through the draft because y'all know that was like time I'm commuting, coming home. I was able to hop in, and just the live reactions from you and King Willie. That show was
a lot of man hours, man.
Man. Listen, yeah, man, my back was hurting, but I enjoyed it though. So we definitely gonna do it again this year, man, and get ourselves comfortable. But you know what? I might do. I lost a few pounds. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm slimming down a little bit, so I might look a little different there. But appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But I guess we can switch it up now, man. So quick little commercial break, and we're gonna come back with you, fellas.
All right.
Wow, black-owned shoe store. Culture. My culture, though. You see what they talking about in here. What's up, little dog? You good? Y'all got something here for me? I'm talking about exclusive. They got all the dunks? How many dunks they got? Something like these. Y'all got a little vibe in here. They buying shoes, selling shoes. It feels like the culture. They dunking on people. Oh, they doing TikTok. They looking out for the kids. Oh, man, this is great, man. Oh, they got all different races working here. It just really feels like culture.
Looking for a black-owned shoe store to get some real drip at? Come up here to Culture Detroit, man. That's what the streets been missing. Welcome home, fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Once again, that's a commercial for our sponsor, Culture Detroit, located 19327 Living Noise and Avenue of Fashion. And as you fellas can see, you know, we had to come with a little bit of drip right now, you know, with the hottest, you know, gear in the land. If you know what it is, when you open up the jacket and you look inside in the pocket, you see that Top Mopkins sign, you already know what it is, man. So you're definitely giving a shout out to the one and only Ty Mopkins, man. Dropping heat all day, every day, man.
Hey, listen, man. I want to say this, man. Listen, to those who in Detroit, listen, man. Ty Mopkins is ours, man. Listen, Ty Mopkins is one of us. And one thing we need to do is give people their flowers while they can smell.
Indeed.
Ty Mopkins, you know, like this man, you know, the city needs to be behind him at all costs because the love and the light that he shines upon Detroit, you know, is insane, man. And you could just, it's just genuine. But Ty, you could just tell he wants the light shining on the city, man. Mm-hmm. And it's like that thing that says, you know, Harley home, but I'm always represent. Wherever Ty Mopkins goes, you gonna say that man is from Detroit.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And listen, you know, so we give a shout out to Ty Mopkins, man. And hopefully very soon he'll join us on We Three Kings, man. So we make sure we give him his flowers live and in person, man. Of course, so we have to make sure we bring it out for the segment because like we gotta talk a little bit of Pistons, man. I know it's been tough, very tough, but the season is coming to a close, guys. So we still got to talk about it a little bit. But you know, before we do, we got a little bit you know, exciting going on. You know, me and King, we was in the building today and was able to get a little meet and greet with the Pistons.
Y'all always in the building, man.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
of course,
always.
yeah.
Like, at this point, y'all don't even have to say it. Like, I think it's at the point where people be like, it's more of like, oh dang, King or Big Willie ain't at this game. Like,
hey, listen. Hey, first and foremost, while we on live, I just want to give a shout out to my brother Willie, man, because when he down there, he like, hey man, listen, I'm going down. You coming down? I'm coming with you. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Big Willie, man, for, you know, supplying me tickets here and there. Also to all the subscribers, man, hit me up on Twitter, Instagram. Hey King, man, I got an extra ticket. You want to go to the game? I appreciate y'all so much, man, for everything y'all been doing this season. It's been a long and it's been a rough season. I know y'all exhausted. I am too, but it's gonna get better, man. That's why I went ahead and I caught my season tickets for next season already.
Yes, sir. Yes, we did.
It's gonna get real.
And I had to redo mine for sure, man. But yeah, it was definitely a great experience. Like you see, the King was like a kid in the candy store.
Hey, man, Omarui is my dog. Listen, that man, he got to be a Piston. That's my guy.
Oh,
man.
most
so we had a really good time, man.
Yeah, it's most definitely. You know what, man? To like, you know, I just want to say, you know, man, you know, you and King Willie, like y'all putting in that leg work, man. Like y'all not only like, you know, doing this thing from a YouTube thing, but like y'all down there in that stadium, man. Like you say, man, y'all already got y'all season tickets for next year. And y'all, listen, man, listen. Yesterday's price will not be today's price.
Man, y'all better get on it.
I'm letting y'all listen. Like, I know we in the Wimbiama sweepstakes, but I'm telling you this. If we don't get Wimbiama, Scoot coming up out of the Gatorade lab, I sent the fellas a picture today in the group chat. This man is 19. 19.
Built like a house.
listen, like you remember back in the 50s and the 70s, like, dude, these are 21-year-old dudes. Like, they look like grown men. You know what I'm saying? Like, look,
Yeah,
yeah, if y'all ain't got them tickets, y'all better get them now, man. Next year is,
it's going to and the organization know that because they kind of went up a little bit, man. I had a little bit of words with my agent about these prices. They price gouging me. And listen, come on now, listen, you can't do that to me. I suffered enough this year. I came to all these games down there at LCA today. I suffered enough. Don't make my pocket suffer. But you know what? We worked out something. Of course, your boy gonna be in the next season. King gonna be in next season multiple times, man. It's a great even this year being down LCA with what's been going on with the Pistons, losing the way they have been losing. The season was, of course, overdone with, earlier on. The atmosphere was still there. You know what I'm saying? The entertainment, the crowd, everybody was still intact and in tune with the Pistons. So I can only imagine how hype it's going to be next season because I'm sure, and I know all the guys here can contest that it's going to be a change. It's got to come. We can't we can't do this no more, man. I can't do this no more.
Yeah, I mean, Willie, listen, I know you have fun every time you go down there. You know, make it his business every single time, man. No, but we had an absolute blast today, man. That's Omarui right there, man.
That's my ladies, man. I had to get a picture with my ladies. But yeah, most
listen,
definitely.
That picture right there is going in his man cave right there, y'all.
Oh God,
going in the man cave.
He gonna have a nice little heart shaped thing around it and everything. Gonna have the one where you push the button and the music be playing in the background a little bit.
Okay.
You know what, man? Like, we got Daryl in the house, man. Man. Daryl is an honorary king up here, man. And it's just like, I forgot what game that was when all y'all was down there. I'm like, dude, I'm making it to a Piston game next year, dude. I am coming up there. Like, I gotta be a part of that because, like you say, I could like even in a losing city, LCA be rocking, dude. Like I'm like, dude. So it's like, yeah, I gotta get down there, man. I gotta get down there.
Yeah, you guys definitely want to get in the atmosphere, man. You need to get on it, man. Because like I said, yesterday's price is not today's price, and there's definitely gonna be a different atmosphere coming into next season, man. But we got some guests in here today. We got our brothers, Daryl. We got Nomas J coming in to join us, man. Listen, you fellas, man. I want y'all, give a little takeover right now because you guys got some things that y'all been going on the last couple of weeks. So I want y'all to go ahead and introduce yourselves and introduce what you guys got going on with y'all podcast as well. So go ahead, take over for a minute. Nomas, Daryl, go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
I'll let my brother Noam go, man. You go ahead, man. Hold it down right quick, man. Go ahead, Noam.
All right, well, appreciate you, Kings. Always good to see y'all, man. But we are a new group now, me and Daryl, man. D313 SP. You know what I'm saying? The point of that name is because we all on this panel resonate here in Detroit. That's obvious. And we trying to bring y'all the experience right from the heart of the city, man. So, this ain't just about sports. This is just how we all living, man. And this is what me and Daryl talked about a lot, which is why we've been streaming consistently about our teams. We not just talking only about, Pistons and Lions and occasional college stuff. We also bring the Red Wings into it. We bring the Tigers in it. We even going to try to reach out to the other Michigan colleges, man. We gonna be covering a little bit of Western, Eastern, Central Michigan football programs too, because I've watched a few of those games in the past, and I've watched some of that program. I actually kind of like Western Michigan myself, so we definitely gonna be expanding on what we're doing. We got the D313 SP podcast every Wednesday or Thursday. It'll be Thursday this week, of course, like it's been. We got a new show we gonna be trying to bring more into the next week, and actually starting this week. But it'll be officially coming out on Tuesdays, called the Michigan Report. We still working on the name, but yeah, we working, man. Like I said, I've got my first game because of Daryl, man. So I definitely love him for that, man. Appreciate him forever for that. That was a hell of an experience to get to meet all these guys on the panel. Was that, of course, a big A, but. Man, it was hell of an experience, man. We love working together. We got a Facebook page, D313SP, same for IG. So y'all follow us on there, man. We already getting our content posted everywhere. We working. and we ain't gonna stop. I'm up constantly all night. So if anybody ever want to message me about anything, you can literally message me either on my personal IG, which is known J10, or you can message me on the IG of D313SP. It don't matter which one way you go about it, but stay linked up with us because we got even more stuff coming. And
Yes, sir.
Daryl, if you got something you want to say, man.
My daughter, but yeah, man, just piggyback what you're saying, man. Just like we got big things coming up, we just taking a day at a time, man. Like you said, we just trying to build this up, man. And like you said, man, it's something we starting and trying to build it up, man. So like I said, I'm gonna shout out to all three of y'all guys, man. The We Three Kings, man. Y'all have me and Noam on the show, you know what I'm saying? And we listen to y'all and get some advice, how to to be better, you know what I'm saying, lift each other up, you know what I'm saying? So definitely, man, we're gonna continue, to build it the right way and have some fun with it, like y'all do, man. Y'all have some fun with it. So me and Noam, we're gonna do the same thing, man. We're trying to come together as a community, as a team, man. So we may talk our little smack about our teams, but hey, at the end of the day, we here for each other, man. Like you said, anybody in the comment section, you got any questions, you got any concerns, man, don't hesitate to reach out, man. Like you said, you could reach on our Facebook page, D313XP, or you can follow me on my Instagram, FlyEaglesFly1988. My Twitter is Daryl Simpson88. I did recently changed it, but and then follow me on my personal Facebook page, Daryl Simpson, man. So they said, man, we're looking forward to it, building this, man. Definitely.
I just want to say, man, I'm so proud of you guys, man, and the work that y'all doing. And I most definitely want to get up there, and grace y'all platform, man. Most definitely show y'all the same support and love that y'all show us over here. So most definitely, whenever I get that time free, man, I promise you, man, I want to come up there and kick you. I was able to catch it and be in the comments and stuff like that, man. But I most definitely want to come show y'all that love, and always keep that that window open, man. Because like you say, man, we family, man. We're community. One hand washes the other, man. So just like when the support that y'all showed us, man, just graciously, the same support is gonna most definitely, come out back to y'all. It's not a one-sided thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, when I seen that picture of all of y'all down there, man, I was just like, man, I am coming to a game next year, man. Like, I got my two brothers up here, Willie and King. Like, these are literally my brothers. They got season tickets, and I'm on, sometime, Willie, like, man, me or King ain't going to the game. I got to find somebody to get the tickets. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, dude, I got to get up there and most definitely experience that, man. Because, like I say, I'm going to say this again. Yesterday's price for them Pistons tickets will not be today's price next year.
Exactly.
Y'all better listen.
Exactly. And you know what? We Three Kings, like I said, we definitely going to make our presence known on you guys' podcast as well. So be looking out. Be looking forward to us coming in and letting y'all take care of us for once. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been coming into our home, so we're gonna come into y'all home and let y'all take care of us, man. We're gonna have a fun and enjoy it, man. Definitely gonna support. But while you guys is here, man, of course, we talking Pistons talk right now. It's gearing down towards the end of the season, man. A lot of downs, a few ups, man. So we just want to give y'all, what y'all intake, man. What you guys feel, going on, for the, rest of the, few games that we got left, and how you guys are feeling in regards to, the status of the Detroit Pistons.
Go ahead, no. You go ahead, you go first.
Honestly, man, for what's going on with them, pretty much, what the season is at this point. Ain't no science behind it. It's play. The young guys just got to continue to play. At this point, it's nothing else you could be saying. You just be consistent at what they've been doing over the last few games, man. Win or lose, just stay consistent, because every good game you have, then confidence will increase. As far as what's going to happen with the future of our head coach, we don't know that. We can only assume. But at the end of the day, focus on now, it's just stay consistent. Try to stay healthy. Try to work on the little things you've been trying to work on. Let's see if we can make more improvements as we go that we can carry on to maybe next season. Other than that, it's just whatever they can do, man. Focus on building a defensive to adjust. Just keep working on it because, like I said, the season's pretty much done, but it still can work on chemistry. People can still work on things that they were struggling with early in the season. So it's not all lost, but they just gotta stay consistent on what they've been doing. Killian's been cooking again. Eugene, who I'm still not trying to pronounce that last name. Omarui.
You know I ain't doing it.
You my homie, man. You gotta get his name right.
As Eugene.
You can just say number 97 like I always do. I do that on purpose just because people think I'm talking about Aiden Hutchinson.
Hey, listen. It took me a while to get Amani's down and look, I ain't listening.
He gone now, so you good
I know,
now.
Right. He a giant.
Instead of Oruwari, is Omawari. I mean, you done got me messing
See,
up.
look at you. You steer me down the wrong direction.
Omarui, man.
Omarui. Okay, Omarui. I just need Omarui, man.
I want to come in on that real quick. I want to come in on that real quick because I don't know where Pistons fans lost the train of direction that we were going in. I don't know where that happened at because even when I'm at the games live, they're so out of touch with what the Pistons are actually doing in the crowd at times. Listen, this season was never going to be a winning season. Never. This was a development season for the young guys on the team. It always been that from the beginning. With Cade going out after game 12, it really turned into that. So what we have to understand is they're going to get their opportunity. Dwayne Casey said it in a press conference a couple of days ago. He said it flat out. They got the opportunity to mess up this season. Next season, there's no more mess up. There's no more chances. Nope. There's no more any of that other stuff. That all goes out the window after this season. That's what this season was. So we got to understand that. Next season, that's done. So we got the draft. We got a whole lot of money to spend in free agency. Whether Troy Weaver decide to go out and get some big names, or whether he just makes some moves that's going to actually fill out this team and create what he's been trying to create from the beginning. We'll see what happens with the free agency and the draft. But in the meantime, as we finish out this season, listen, the Pistons are where they always were going to be. We were not going to have a winning season this season, whether you believe that or not. And Cade next season, I'm so glad you just said that, Joshua, because it's something that people just tend to forget for some reason. Cade is definitely going on a revenge tour next season. The disrespect. I know y'all seen some of these redraftings out here by some of these major sites, ESPN and everything else. He's going on a revenge tour. I told y'all I got an opportunity to see this man face to face. That body is totally different.
Yeah,
Cade is going to be a problem. Pause. Definitely pause. All right, Cam. All right, Cameron. Pause.
Hey, we had to synchronize on that one.
Right. No, but seriously though, man, he's been doing what he got to do, taking care of himself, man, building his strength. And also the early reports came out about him being, progressing very, very well in that recovery. He's taking jump shots and doing everything right now, to be honest. So when we get to that point, he'll be ready. He'll definitely be ready.
Most definitely. And that's to pick it back off of you there, King. Not just him, but like I said, the young guys that we got here, they got a year up under their belt. So we had a full season with Durant, seeing what the potential that he has going on. Got a full season with Killian too. Like the thing with him we was worried about was him staying on the court, but we got a full season. There's still some things that we looking forward to seeing from him too. Jaden Ivey, his upside is tremendous. Said had a full season with him. So next year definitely, it's a lot that we gotta look forward to with this team, and I do feel that we have to get some veteran presence coming into this season. Yeah, we're gonna have to spend a little bit of money, man, because we need that veteran presence.
Like Jeremy Grant.
Like my man Jeremy Grant. Yeah, yes. You know, because y'all know I didn't want my boy to go. Y'all knew that. Yeah, y'all say, Jeremy Grant needed, listen, if we can bring my boy back, I'm most definitely down for it. Joshua said Kuzma. Kuzma, he's a nice addition, amongst other players that we could look forward to that could come in and help this team, make some noise next year. We got to make some noise.
I don't want Kuzma. We need dogs. We need some dogs on both ends of that court. But see, that's the thing you got to remember too. If we don't let Grant go, traded, we don't get Jalen Durant. And that upside with Jalen Durant, man. But Daryl, what you got, man?
Man, I was gonna say, man, I'm gonna piggyback what King was saying, the disrespect of with people that K Cutting, he's on the revenge tour. I'll tell you another person, the people, there's some people that's been disrespecting Jaden Ivey. Yeah, I've been seeing on Twitter some people disrespecting Jaden Ivey, like the way he's been doing, the way he's been playing this year, to me, I think he should be rookie of the year. Hands down to me. I know Pincaro, he's been doing this thing in Orlando, but to me, some of the people have been disrespecting Jaden Ivey. Like he's not that. As a matter of fact, it was one somebody on Twitter that I'm not going to say the person's name because it was so disrespectful. Say Jaden Ivey is just a poor man's Derrick Rose, and he's going to be broken up. He's not going to be the same if he gets hurt. I said that was totally disrespectful. Jaden Ivey has worked his butt off. This man is out here. Come on, man. The man was on NBA TV with Isaiah Thomas recently. Everybody talk about they love this game.
Listen, man. Here's the thing with Ivy. Trust me, me personally, I want him to learn how to stay off the floor as much, just as everybody else, because it's a new league. You know what I'm saying? It's a different day today. I get it, right? That young man is built like a fucking brick house. You understand me? Pause. He's like a brick house. Like I said, y'all seen the pictures. I got an opportunity to meet him and talk to him. Ivy he's built for it. I'll say that. He takes care of his body tooth and nail. He works. So his second season is definitely going to be very, very fun to watch, alongside with obviously Batman and Cade Cunningham, right? So, like I said, you got two big polarizing guards. You know what I'm saying? We seen in the Atlanta game. Y'all seen what they was doing. They was putting the bigger guards on guys like Trae Young, right? He was having problems. So then they switched him. They switched Trae Young, and they made sure that Magruder was the guy checking Trae Young. We have bigger guards here. We're going to be able to take advantage of that. K can play at all three levels, but one thing that is underrated is his ability to play in the post. Jaden Ivey, he can attack anything. You can't stay in front of him. That gives you what you need. Now you have Bojan on the team ready for you. You have that shooting ability there. You have Burks. You have whatever you decide to do in free agency. You can spread the floor, and you can let your guards flourish now. So is next season, man, like I said, we'll be where we need to be. But K's going on that revenge tour. You best believe that. It's going to be exciting times to be a Pistons fan. That's why I went ahead and locked my season tickets in. Y'all better get y'all's. You now.
Indeed. So, King, with that being said, we got to pivot our way to the draft. Of course, with the Pistons record, they are the bottom three, so they're gonna have that ping pong percentage in regards to potentially getting the number one pick. Now, what are your feelings in regards to there's several names at the top that we can go over, of course. What is your feels with what the Pistons should do because we already know that Wembanyama is going to be that number one pick. If they don't get that ping pong ball for the number one slot, where do you see them going, and will it be a fit?
Right now, based off of what I've heard from my so-called sources, I'll say that if it's not Wemby, it's not going to be Scoot. It's going to be Miller before Scoot.
There it is.
Then Scoot will be that third selection.
There it is.
The reason why is because of with Scoot, you start to crowd your backcourt when it comes to starters. You got Cade already. You got Ivy. Then you bring Scoot. All three of them are not going to be the future. Cade is not going to move to the 3. Some people have that in some fantasy land. That's not going to happen. Cade's going to be manning that basketball. And when you already have an Ivy and then you grab a Scoot, somebody's going to be unhappy on that bench. So if the Pistons do decide to do that, listen, they're going to have a good problem to have. But at this point, if you end up having to move one of them guys away, to me, that's wasting. That is wasting. Go out and get a guy that you want that's going to contribute to this team, because you're starting to have a lot of log jams at certain positions. Something got to shake. And bring a Scoot when you have Ivy. Both of them are 2 guard. I don't care if they call Scoot a point guard. They're 2 guards.
Combo guard for sure.
Yes, they're combo guards. One guy's going to have that ball in his hands. His name is Cade Cunningham. So I don't listen. I don't know where they go with that. But right now I'm hearing Miller's ahead of Scoot.
And just to jump in real quick on that, I too, got a source, which the source is me. I would say, yeah, definitely. To me, if it's not Wemby, it will be Miller, just because Miller is that prototypical wing player that's in the NBA right now.
3D.
He is that he's that need that we really need. We need a wing. We need wings. That's what we need. We need those type of guys, and he's that prototypical guy that can get it inside and outside, and can dribble, and can go up and down the court with the ball. So I can see him fitting better than a Scoot would. Now, like I said, Scoot, like, if you've seen this guy, the boy is rock solid, man, for sure. He got some size on him, but as far as the fit goes, I believe more Miller would do us more service than it would be for Scoot at this point, like I said, because it would bring a log jam at that guard position.
Here's the thing with Scoot. So this is why the reports are like they are when you look in the national media. When you look into the G League right now, Scoot has been struggling in certain categories. One of them is defense. Has been wildly inconsistent this season. Another thing this season he's been wildly inconsistent is basically his numbers that he had his previous season. So right now he's not playing the greatest in the G League, and he's been moved in and out of the lineup, and in order to mask that, they kind of pull him out.
Right.
So that didn't look good. It's like now you're trying to save what you did in the past just for the upcoming draft.
Indeed.
Which is smart on his part, but it don't look good, you know what I'm saying, to certain franchises. Right. So the reason why I say that, when you look at Scoot and you look at Ivy, why would you? It's like doubling to me. It gets repetitive. You know what I'm saying? You already got Ivy, so why do that? I would go Miller. Yeah. Miller plays both sides of the ball,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I would rather go Miller.
Yeah. You're right. And speaking of assists, now I'm glad you said that, Big A, because of course we got to talk about it. Same situation with that we talked about with the Lions and Jalen Carter and off the field issues. Of course, Miller had the off the field issue in which involving him giving another player a weapon that was used
allegedly
in the murder. No, this ain't alleged. This was part of the police report that he did, but he didn't get charged. But it's still a cloud over him and his name. And it could potentially affect his draft status. So, Big A, what is your take in regards to that situation? And should the Pistons take a risk on a guy that will involve himself in that type of situation?
My thing with this situation that is not over yet. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was still able to play and all of that stuff like that. But we got to remember somebody lost their life in this situation.
Mhm.
So this situation is not over with. So I just think uh, I'm pretty sure this is going to come up a lot during his draft process.
Mhm.
And any franchise that's even thinking about drafting him, they're going to do their homework. And I think if he slips, I think that's going to be a sign to say, yeah, that thing ain't over with. So
Now,
as a
Big A,
franchise, huh?
no, I said Big A. Do you feel that the Pistons should be in a position to take a risk on a player like that? Do you think we should be able to do that?
Well, I mean, to me, with the Pistons though, we not at a position to where, like I say, these franchises they got a lot more connections than what we per se have on this end. That's why I said if he slips, that's gonna let you know this situation ain't over.
It was more
But
serious. Right?
yeah, but if you're a franchise and you don't do your homework and you draft this guy and then something come about, that's all on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Is
what
the
I'm saying?
risk
Because
is the risk worth the reward? Basically,
I mean,
time will
don't
tell,
know.
I guess. Huh?
Yeah, it's like I say, it's a tough one because, like I said, within that situation, somebody lost their life. So, and it is in Alabama. So
Oh, here we go.
you got to hope that these franchises, do their homework and you really get down there and understand what's really going on. Because, like I say, man, you talk about a potential top 3 pick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then if
Mhm.
it comes back to bite him in the butt, and he gonna have to go sit down because that's the thing about murder. You don't have to be charged right away. You know what I'm saying? They can come back
Or
later and charge
accessory.
him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
right now they deeming him not to be charged as suspect. So like I said, time will tell in regards to that situation. And like I said, that's definitely gonna be a focus during the process. So Nomus, man, what's your feel, man?
Oh, okay. So this is what I'm gonna say about that scenario. Like, yeah, as a fan, of course, I want Brandon Miller on the team because I think he will provide a really good fit for what we need. I don't want us to necessarily be reckless, like Big A saying, it's a murder charge, so it could come down after he gets drafted and whatnot. So it is what it is on that part. My thing is, if you don't hear anything though, after all their homework by at least the 3 days before the draft, and you know what your pick is, and let's say he does get charged with something, but it's not like jail time, I think there should be no problem taking him because for me, it's like this: it's basketball. It's not like where it's football where you take somebody in the same situation and then that can hurt you a little bit more because football can be 1 year or two thing, but basketball is going to take years anyway. And I'm not saying just say bump and throw away the pick and get him and just take the risk and on leap of faith, but if he don't work out, you have money in free agency to kind of get yourself afloat, and you still have time to continue to build. And it's because it wasn't like he was going to come in and take you straight to a championship, but he's a good talent that you want. And for me, if they do their homework good enough, like Big A was saying, and it comes down to that draft time, and it seems like it's leaning towards him not because of more stories you're going to hear about. Because once the season's over for us in NBA, that's when you go really start hearing more stuff about it, like you always do about his case. Things are going to pile up. And time will tell. But if it's me, I'm still saying take him. I'm shooting the dice with it because if he doesn't get charged or anything before the draft, you take him. If something happens afterwards, year or nine, later due the season, it is what it is. You have to take that gamble because if you have a pick and Wemby's already gone, that was like the number 2 or 3 guy. If you're a franchise picking in that area, it'd be irresponsible just to say bump it and try to trade down and take something less. You got to take the best talent regardless. Again, his name could be completely cleared. He could probably not get charged and he can move on with his career. But I'm willing to take the gamble at this point.
Most definitely.
That's
What you think, man?
Well, like you said, every point Big A made and Gnomes made and about the Miller situation, man. Like I said, we'll see how as it plays out. I said hopefully, he doesn't get, charged, for the situation happen. Hope he doesn't. Hope he able to get drafted out of us or somebody else, that it doesn't hinder his, his future going forward. So I'm just keeping it short. I'm praying for the best for him, and hopefully, he doesn't have to go through that. He be able to move forward in the future, for his NBA career and even after that. So that's pretty much y'all took most of the valid points on that. So but it is a question I wanted to ask too, for all y'all. Now, if the Pistons say they get Wemby, which big man of the Pistons is going to be the odd man out? Is it going to be Bagley or is it going to be Wiseman? Because Isaiah Stewart's going to stay. If the Pistons get Wemby,
unfortunately,
it's going to be the odd man out.
Unfortunately, I always thought that it would end up being Bagley. I think that they probably would move on from Bagley.
I think that with his contract, it makes it easier for him to be moved. The odd man out right now, it probably would be Bagley. Yeah, if we had to. Honestly, I don't think we have to, but if it does become a log jam, then yeah, I think it will be Bagley to be the odd man out.
It would have to be Bagley. Like,
you can't have 5 bigs.
Listen, Stu gonna be here, so y'all can cut out with the
Stu gonna be here, number one, because he does something Bagley don't do.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
And he do 2 things, and one of those is stay healthy. Like, so
there you go.
I mean,
well, you can't say that because Stu. Well,
this year,
nah, bro.
Them
injuries ain't injuries.
Exactly. Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you broke a pinky down? Oh, you out 3 weeks.
You got
bitch your nails too long.
Hey, listen, these injuries is just like your homeboy working for workers' comp, bro. Come on, man. Like, come on, man.
I'll say this. On the bench, man. They like, hey, Casey, man, he farted. He gonna be out for 2 games.
I'll say this. What if it's Wiseman be the odd man out instead of Bagley?
No.
You ain't trade Sadiq Bey and get Wiseman for him to be the odd man out.
Well,
if that was to happen, boy, I would be beat their ass.
But see, that's still yet to come though, because like I said, because we got to extend Wiseman. We ain't extended him yet, so
right.
We can't say that just quite yet, Daryl. But I think they're going to wait to see how this draft goes when it comes to this lottery, whether or not. If they know they're gonna get Wembanyama, should we extend Wiseman or how? That's what the lottery is gonna tell a lot when it comes to whether Wiseman or Bagley, or we can keep them. I think that's just gonna be the tell.
Listen, you don't let Wiseman is out. Let's be logical, man. You're not trading away one of your future young pieces, your core guy you drafted, to bring Wiseman over here, and then if you get Wembanyama, you're gonna say, "Oh, Wiseman." No, it's not gonna be Wiseman. It's gonna be Bagley. Now, if Bagley was healthy, and he had showed, he could stay on that court, it'd be a different type of subject.
Yeah, but you seen when Bagley is healthy, he was doing some things now.
But look what Wiseman been doing since he's been on the floor too.
It's to be honest with you, it's a good problem to have going into next season. Definitely a good problem to have. We need that around here. We can never not have too much right now. Mm-hmm. And if it comes down to it where we got too many bigs and we got a shot one, I'll say we'll see who ain't on board and we'll try to work out a deal with that. But with that being said, and I'm seeing this in the comments a little bit too, and I'm one to say it myself. Next season, Casey is do or die. It gotta be, right?
Yeah, it gotta be. If he's still the coach next season, if they don't move him to the front office,
that's been whispers. Yeah, most definitely. So, I honestly, I feel it's still contingent upon what the ping pong balls tell, but whether or not Casey will come back and try to get it in or not, or move on out the way and let somebody come in a little bit younger, a little bit more in tune with what's going on in these games. But he's definitely on that hot seat for sure.
Man, all right, look, man, I don't know. Me personally, I think that Casey is going to move forward next season. I think he's going to move into the front office in some type of position. I think we go younger at head coach. Like I said, it's time. It's time. Those players, some of the players on that team, they're exhausted with Dwayne Casey. Okay, just know that. Listen, they need something fresh. It is you get after you do something for so long, you just have to refresh it. Casey's been there for what was it, 3 seasons now?
5 seasons.
Oh, 5 seasons. Good Lord. Well, I'm talking about with the rebuild. I ain't talking about with Blake now. This is going on third. Yeah, right. This is going on your third season. So you got to refresh that. You have to, because it's going to get harder and harder for you to go out here and keep preaching to these guys. Listen, don't you start, man. it's going to get harder and harder. Right. It's going to be harder and harder to go out there and keep preaching the same thing to these players and them to be responsive and keep accepting it. You got to switch. You have to. You got to, man. The philosophies are going to start to sound like raw. That's what it's going to start to sound like after a while. You need a new voice. So I think that they go ahead and move him up into the office, and I think they go and get a new coach.
You see Jerry Stackhouse will be a good fit?
I would love to have Jerry Stackhouse.
Oh, yeah. He'll be coming back with.
You want to play some defense? Yeah, I would love to have Jerry Stackhouse.
I mean, yeah, he definitely will be an option to bring him back in.
I think is the guy.
I would like for the guy to be the guy too. You know what I'm saying? And listen, we got enough ladies around here in the city that keep him occupied so there won't be no smoke around here. But
you can get a head coach of anything.
That's because I would be the owner, man. Listen, I would be owner.
that would be Willie every game.
And I'll be walking just like that all around the arena.
The whole game, they'll be walking everywhere with him.
I think I gotta start hanging around Big Willie at the games in the future, because if he getting around,
it's waiting to happen. No, don't hang around him.
You gonna have people on Twitter coming after you,
right?
Like they did with.
I don't come back to me all they want.
Leave Big Willie alone.
A feminist attack.
Man, listen, I'm just having fun, enjoying myself, having a good time. You know,
I can drink too.
Man, basking in the ambiance, fellas.
Man, good Lord.
Indeed. So yeah, definitely. Like I said, off season coming to an end. You know, we got the not off season, but this season coming to the end. Off season coming up. Draft, 8 free agencies. We got that coming on with the Pistons to look forward to. And then, like you said, looking to next season, man, see how that's going to transpire with Casey. So, fellas, final thoughts. When it comes to the Pistons, what you got, fellas? I'm gonna start with you, Daryl.
Man, like I said, man, we know the season's it's been a lost cause, especially in lost K, Cunningham. So, like I said, Pistons just compete for these last 2 games. We definitely looking forward to coming up for the draft and free agency after the NBA Finals is over. Sorry, Big Willie, your Warriors won't be there. But yeah, man, we're definitely looking forward, to see happen next season. So I'm be honest, I think like I said, Pistons need to go ahead and get them a new coach, man. Get them a players coach, man, to help these young players. We see teams like OKC and Memphis, Sacramento. These young teams, man, they out there, winning, and Pistons going to be the same way. We get that young we get that players coach, man, and help these young players, man. We can be on top.
Most definitely. Nomas J.
Hey, I just need them to continue to build on what they're doing, man. I need the young guys to make the decisions very difficult. It ain't just Omori, but it's also even RJ Hampton to a certain extent. You gotta see he can continue to make progressions as well, man. And Killian, like I said, just keep doing his thing and being that textbook point guard, which is more reason why I don't want to scoop anyway, because we got so much good defense from that guy. And I just need Casey, go ahead, just do what you go do. But starting this year, it's time to make moves to start winning. It's time to start contending for that play-in, man. It's time to get to that HC or better because, this has been going on long enough. You've been acquiring talent. You're acquiring flyer guys. It's time to hit the ground serious. I don't care who you got to get. It could be Jaden McDaniels for all I care if you're going to get a free agent. But we need somebody that can play defense. And we need a veteran that can play defense, definitely, because he'll be able to understand to get those young guys in the right order. And they'll have to look to him in that position. So, yeah, that's something we need to stay fluid with. So, hopefully we get a young coach like y'all saying, man. Any option down there would be good. But I want people at the same time, I will say this because you know how this fan base is. You get the young coach you think you want, and he starts off, let's say, a little bit rough, trying to figure out the chemistry of the team. Everybody gonna be ready to throw the Pistons in the garbage. I'm gonna say this: that does happen, do not throw them in the garbage because you know how y'all are as Pistons fans. But yeah, that's all I got.
Fair weather fan base it is.
Yeah, we know it too. We know it too well.
Lions been losing since '57, and that fan base still.
But hey, listen, it is what it is, man. We already know that's people operate off of emotion. Listen, I want to thank my brothers Nomas J and Daryl for joining in on this, man. Listen, before we let y'all go, man, please one more time give y'all a shout out.
We gotta keep Daryl for the net. Well, we keep both of them, but I have some questions for Daryl.
Man, Eric, hey man, don't tell me this conspiracy stuff, man.
This is fact.
So we got to talk about it. Then.
No, let's finish this.
I was gonna let him off the hook, but since you
you letting them off the hook. You'll catch a fish and throw it back.
What you got, Big A, man? What you got?
No,
we gonna talk about it when we get into the next segment, man.
Let's finish. Let's close out the Pistons.
Yeah. So go ahead, Big A, man. What's your final?
I've been sitting in the chat, man, and I still hate the fact that we missed that. We didn't bring Bill Laimbeer back into this organization, right? Especially when he wanted to be the coach here. You know what I'm saying? But
he's a winner.
Yeah, exactly. I just think listen. Like King was saying, like we was all talking about, either outside the play-in or even maybe if you sneak in there. But this season wasn't going to be. We in the top of the playoffs, and then especially with Cade going down, like let's be real, bro. So the season is what it is, and you just want to see the development from these guys. But next year, man, listen, some things are gonna have to change, man. Like you can't keep being in these lottery situations. You can't keep even in free agency. We got to bring in some. We got we got to take some pages out of what the Lions doing too, man. So Pistons got to bring some of that same energy. Like this draft is very important. This offseason is very important. So let's not fumble this offseason, man. That's all I want to say. Don't fumble this offseason.
Most definitely, Big Al. And I agree with you on that. Cannot fumble this offseason. This is, like we said with the Lions, this is the most important offseason in for the future of the franchise. Indeed. With that being said, I think we can go ahead and close it out with the Pistons talk, man. We got some things we want to get into in the college rankings. Speaking of rankings, and some recruit news we want to get into. I know Big A got some things he need to get at Daryl about. So we're going to go ahead and switch it up with you fellas.
Wow. Black on shoe stuff. Culture. My culture, though. You see they talking about in here. What's up, little dog? You good? Y'all got something here for me? I'm talking about exclusive. They got all the dunks? How many dunks they got? Something like these. Y'all got a little vibe in here. They buying shoes, selling shoes, it feels like the culture. They dunking on people. Oh, they doing TikTok. They looking out for the kids. Oh, man, this is great, man. Oh, they got all different races working here. It just really feels like culture.
You're looking for a black-owned shoe store to get some real drip at? Come up here to Culture Detroit, man. That's what the streets been missing. Welcome home, fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now we gotta get into this this talk, man. Daryl, I'm glad you're here, man, because you know, Michigan has been setting the scene on fire recently when it comes to this recruiting, man. And I know Big A, man, he gonna get into it when he get back in. So we definitely want to talk into that. But before we do, I also gotta make sure we announce. Of course, I know you pay attention to this too, Noma J and Daryl. Jet Howard has officially announced that he will be entering the draft. You know, he was one of the one and done guys in this league. Early on in the season, you know, you've seen the flashes. The boy can shoot the lights out, but kind of tapered off towards the end of the season, and then, you know, being hurt the last couple of games with Michigan not making the tournament. So he has officially entered in the NBA draft. I wish he would have came back for another year because I don't feel like he fulfilled his destiny, in my opinion. But you know, it is what it is. That's the culture that we have dealing with right now when it comes to the NCAA. And you could tell that by the way the tournament has been going. Did you guys see the list of the Final Four that we got?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Who? Y'all want to?
Well, I'm not surprised with UConn. I'm not surprised at UConn, but everybody else.
UConn, Miami, San Diego State,
Florida Atlantic.
But listen, I think that this is the cause of the one and done, the NIL, and the being able to transfer the way you do. There will be no more of the blue bloods, in my opinion. That you're going to see going forward. A lot of the blue bloods that we got in the college realms, with the way the system is going, it don't look like we're going to be seeing that no time soon. So these tournaments is going to be looking like this going forward, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, this certainly has been crazy, man. You seeing like Purdue getting knocked out by Fairleigh Dickinson and Furman, Princeton, you know, advancing, man. You know, like you said, the blue bloods like Kentucky and Kansas and all. Because North Carolina didn't even make the tournament, and
they was preseason number one, Daryl.
Preseason number one, and which is crazy, man. It's like you get teams out of nowhere, just, you know, small schools, they coming up there like Florida Atlantic. Nobody expect Florida Atlantic to get in the Final Four. San Diego State, you know, Miami. You know, Miami's not known for basketball really like that, man. They're always known for football in the traditionally. I mean, UConn, I wasn't surprised they got there. UConn is known of the winning way. Well, the women's side mainly, but the men's side they got there. I'm not surprised, but like you said, man, you know, well, getting the Jet Howard, man, you know, entering the draft, I wish him the best. You know, I would, like you said, I agree with you, Big Willie, that I think he should have stayed another year because I just don't think he's ready yet to be in the NBA level. I just don't think he's ready yet. So
yeah, I think that a lot of it is off of potential, and that's how these draft prospects go. Emphasis on prospect, you know, so they got the potential, just ain't fully developed yet. And then with the NBA, they like to catch these guys, you know, before they get to that potential, like that they're going to be a steal. Noma J, man, what you feeling about this tournament, man, and you know, and you know the Michigan news?
Oh God, what the hell have we been watching over these past couple of weeks, man? It's been a tornado of things going on. I noticed y'all didn't bring up Purdueing pretty much. I still can't wrap my head around.
They some frauds.
I cannot wrap my head on that one, bro. And then on top of that, I almost thought like last Saturday I'm watching Duke at work, watching Duke versus Tennessee. And I'm like, it got to a point where the league was like 33-40 something. And then I'm just watching Duke have their way on both ends of the ball. And I'm like, oh, they might come back and take this one. No, they didn't. But I'm just saying that's how weird. It's like every team that had a first half lead seemed like they lost it too in the second half. I noticed that a lot during this college basketball tournament, man. And it's just been it's been I think it's been a roller coaster. It's been a twirl. I'm very interested to see how this go in out. That's all I'm
Man,
gonna say about that.
if you say your bracket's still in intact, you a damn lie.
You was
Right.
a goddamn lie. Ain't no damn way.
Man, that out look like a bowl of throw up at this point.
Your bracket was busted day one.
We're fairly.
But let me ask y'all a question though. Outside of Michigan, obviously, unfortunately not making it, and then Spartans losing the way they lost the other day. Don't at the same time, don't this feel sort of better at the same time? Again, we wish Michigan was involved, but I'm just saying, like, don't it kind of feel better this way? That new competition, it made something new to talk about. And it just was so much interesting things to see now in this bracket versus everybody being wrong and the turnouts that we have. Like, don't it seem like it's a little bit better at the same time?
I'm so Norman J with that because for one, seeing how this turned out, and I could imagine if Michigan was in the tournament, they had to, the way the tournament is going, they had a chance to be in this Final Four. To be honest with you, so I'm kind of because like I love the Cinderella story. I like to see the guys get knocked up. I like the excitement of the tournament, but I hate that our guys missing and looking at who's in the Final Four. We had a chance to beat all four of those teams, and
we did.
Michigan State was a few minutes away from them being in the potential Final Four, man. I know, Daryl. I know. I watched the game. Y'all let that little 5'2" dude just put y'all to work, man.
I'm gonna say this right quick. I'm gonna say this right quick. When he rolled his ankle, I said, you know what? I said this game is over. I said Michigan State, we gonna win this game. But I said when he came back, this is right before. This is my fact. This is when just before me and him numbers went on live. I said, like, if he came back, I said, man, it's about over, man. I said they kept overplaying him. They was getting whatever they want, man. And Michigan State didn't make the adjustments, man. So I mean, it was a great game, but no, we ain't no frauds to stop it, Joshua. But no, but we had opportunities, man, and he killed it. 19 assists. I mean, some shots, they was making. It's like Tom Izzo said, it's our day. It's day. And, here we go.
I had to. He was making good points.
He was making some valid points, but of course, at the end of the day, King.
Y'all had a chance to beat Vanderbilt on that NIT.
Listen. I told y'all before. A lot of people they can't stand me because of it, bro. But I told y'all before. I rocks with Michigan State basketball. I do. I just do.
And I do too. Like especially around this time, because I say Izzo does his best coaching during the tournament time. But of course, Big A, he always say
he always despise.
Listen,
look, I ain't no Michigan University alumni. Okay, I can do that.
Listen, if I had tattoos, that point guard from Kansas State be right here, and that historic stat line. You know what I'm saying? And,
he did perform some history on that one.
Listen, man, them old participation frauds up there, man. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I don't rock with nothing influencing.
It was a good game still, man. But shout out to them for making it as far as they did. And like I said, we're gonna be looking forward to the Final Four next week, man. But in the meantime, we're gonna get back. We're gonna get back on track. Somebody got to.
Big A, who you got, man? Who you got winning the Final Four?
We're gonna get back into that because we gotta get back to the nitty of the gritty of what we really came here to talk about, and we gotta get on this recruiting track right now, man.
Oh man, say man. You know what I'm saying? Ann Arbor is on fire right now. You know what I'm saying? Listen, what, y'all continue. Give me like 5.
Okay. All right. Hello.
He's still working in the background. But yeah, like you said, uh, this recruit trail going on, man. We got some names that's coming in. We got some 5-star, 4-star guys that we're predicted to get. One in particular, Jaden Davis. Of course, he just recently had his visit, made his announcement of the 5 finalists that he has in regards to who he's going to select in this upcoming the 31st, which he's going to make the decision. And the crystal ball has him going coming home, I would say, to the Michigan Wolverines and some other ones too. So Big A, man, you're back, man. Can you get into it now?
Let's most definitely. Look, man, Ann Arbor is rocking right now.
Right. Before we get into that, shout out to Michigan hockey too, because they beat Penn State and they advanced on to in the hockey ranks too. So shout out to them. Go ahead, Big A.
Let's talk about that top commit right there and Jordan Marshall. Michigan went in behind enemy line. A kid who was number 1 on the Ohio State Buckeyes board, and Michigan went into Ann Arbor. And you talking about when you think of Ohio State and all their running backs, right? They usually got to go nationally. They usually go into Texas or somewhere like that and get a running back. They never have a top running back coming in, that's out of Ohio. You know what I'm saying? So Ohio State just knew that this kid was a lockup for them. Ohio State just figured, they was going to have this guy. And we talk about Michigan went into Ohio and took a kid that was born and raised in Ohio, a top 100 running back, and is now committed to the University of Michigan. We talk about Jordan Marshall, man. Like, that shit's shockwaves. So, and of course, you got Buckeye beat, right? Oh, it ain't that big of a deal. Yes, it is that big of a deal. And if you go down Michigan recruiting rank, like you got Ted Hammond, who's another 4-star out of Ohio, who's committed to Michigan, who was born in Ohio. He put out there on the gram the other week saying the best players in Ohio go to Michigan. We had Ben Roebuck, who just committed, who said he grew up an Ohio State Buckeye fan, another one from Ohio, who said, but he realized Michigan is the choice to go. Listen, Michigan recruiting is on fire right now. This Friday coming up, we have Jaden Davis, who's going to, announce his commitment, 5-star quarterback, that's out of Charlotte. And there was a viral picture that went viral that's been going around, with Blake Frazier. He's a 4-star tackle out of Texas. He posted he put a picture out there with him, Jaden Davis, Jordan Marshall, and Brady Prescore, who's the 4-star tight end. And right now we got one out of that 4 in that picture. And then we waiting on Jaden Davis commit that's coming Friday. So, I mean, these are the dividends that we was looking to pay off, going back to back, Big Ten championships, beating Ohio State. We don't get a kid out of Ohio who's a top 100 running back to commit to Michigan over Ohio State.
Yeah. So, with that being said, Big A, what has State been doing? Have you heard any news about the recruitment with State? Daryl, you got any news for us, man?
It ain't looking too good, man.
Yeah, we know that already. We already know that already.
It ain't looking too good.
Keep scrolling down there, King. Let's go and see where State is doing their recruiting. Keep going. Can you go down a little bit further? See, we see any State going on? Because last time I checked, we've been hearing for the past 2 or 3 seasons that Tuck was coming, and that's basketball. We can't,
No. Go back up, King. You was right. Go where it was the commitment, the rankings. But look, I'll give you some update on State. It ain't like I'm a State fan, but I'll most definitely give you some update. And I'm gonna make it easier for you, King. They down there at 43, so you got a little bit stroke. So by the time you get there,
there we go. There we go.
Halfway through my spill. They also had a receiver who decommitted, Nick Marsh, and some say he might be looking at Michigan, but State going through a little bit of turmoil. They lost Brandon Jacobs, or is it Johns? Brandon Johns. Brandon Johns, he went to Seattle. They just lost their GM. He's
Yeah,
the guy, who sets up all the recruiting things and, all of that good stuff.
Thomas
I,
Wilson
I I
gone
wasn't
too.
surprised about that. I
What
had
about
a feeling that
what
was
about yeah? What
coming.
about Welcher, man? Welcher, man. He was
Oh,
a plug for the inner city, man. Down he was a Cass Tech plug too,
was
and
it
he's supposed
official
to.
that he left?
I believe so, but I'm about to check it too. But whispers was that he's gone as well.
I know they brung in the coach who was also the DB's coach of the Bills for a while. But this is the thing you got to realize: State only had 16 commits last year. They had a bunch of swinging and misses. They was recruiting people like this from the Army. They had Challengers and Chargers on the field, and Range Rovers and Rolls Royces. They out there recruiting those guys, and they only bring in 16 commits last year. I know a lot of time East Lansing want to talk about Harbaugh on the hot seat. Tuck is on the hot seat. Listen, Tuck can't afford to go 0-3 against the big three, and
Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan.
He's gonna have to do something. You know what I'm saying? And right now, like I say, we're losing. Brandon Johns was like, if you notice their recruiting last year was heavy, like D lines and stuff like that coming in. That had a lot to do with Brandon Johns, but he's gone now. So they're gonna. It ain't looking too good, man. We talking about this is March, and we about to go into April. They're a little bit behind the 8 ball. They got a lot of catching up to do, man.
Now I will say this: I would say that they did pretty well in the transfer portal, though. So that could be some help potentially, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but even when you look at their rankings there, the only reason why they portal looked somewhat halfway decent is because they got the D lineman from Texas A&M. But it was a lot of swinging and misses, that happened for them, and it was like they're playing a little bit behind the 8 ball, and they got to play a little catch up. And man,
But we like I said, we got a lot of work to do. Like I said, I didn't know it didn't look too good. Like you said, our transfer reports wasn't bad. Like you said, it wasn't bad. It could have been better. We had some decommits. Guys that committed and decommit, which it hurted us a lot. So he said we got a long way to go. We're gonna be there. We're gonna compete. We're gonna be better than last season. I'll tell you that much. We're gonna have to get that defense together.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
we're gonna have to get
know
that
what?
defense together.
And this is literally like you have to really see what Tuck and the team that he brought in, because you don't have none of those D'Antonio boys there. I mean, you still got Mosley still there. He's part of a little downtown, but for the bulk of those guys, are gone, man. And the one guy that's going to be tough to replace was Henderson, man. Henderson was y'all Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough to replace, man.
Yeah,
that's gonna be tough to replace.
We got a long way to go, man. Y'all, like I said, Michigan, y'all killing us in there.
Daryl, just keep hope alive, man. Don't be sighing, man. Just go ahead and be like, you know what? We gonna take the North, and we gonna Tuck is gonna come, and he gonna come
Hey, listen. I'm not. Listen.
Pause.
Listen. Hold on. I'm being. Hold on.
All over the place.
Like Big A said. Hey, I'm one of the realists when it comes to Michigan State. I'm at this point. I'm not going crazy. I'm not going crazy until our teams show they prove, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Listen,
I'm not too much worried about offense. Defense, that's my the big improvement.
My tell about State is gonna come when they play Washington. That's gonna tell me all I need to know about State when they play Washington. So that's
Washington got to come here. They coming here.
Exactly. So that's gonna be my tell, and I think I might go to that game, man. I might draw. Big A, make sure you have my bond money ready, because I might be doing control in that game. Please have my bond money ready.
The thing, and I'll say this about State, right? I just really think they just jumped the gun too quick, right? It's like paying a man $95 million, fully guaranteed, and the only accomplishment you had was you beat Michigan in the COVID year, and then you beat Michigan twice. Like, that's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, a lot of money.
And you know, I just think they really jumped the ball quick, and it was. I mean, he had them by the balls, for lack of better words, because you know he was flirting with LSU. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, oh man, I gotta get there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then like, and then when people keep wanting to bring up, you know, Harbaugh, look, we don't play in quick lane bowls. You know what I'm saying? We don't play in, you know.
Yeah, but
those bowls. So
that record though, man,
yeah,
you got to fix that one, man.
But this is my thing. The only thing that matters is the CFP. As simple as that. You know, they got a bowl game. They got a Nintendo Switch bowl game. Ooh, you won the Nintendo Switch bowl game. Like, nobody care about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the only thing that matters is the CFP. Simple as that. And then this is the last year for the 14 thing.
And they going to the 16 playoff,
to the extended thing. So, like I said, I just, you know, what Michigan State did with Tuck. I mean, you can't. And then to think about it, it's fully guaranteed, man. It's fully guaranteed. So you kind of stuck behind that. But like I say, you know, growing up as a Michigan fan, when you look at the success that Michigan had, you know, we always had success at recruiting in Ohio. I mean, for goodness sake, we took Charles Woodson from out of there. We took Desmond Howard from out of there. You know what I'm saying? And we are getting back to that, man. We just took a top 100 back kid growing up in Ohio, and he committed to Michigan, man. The fireworks is coming. But another thing I want to mention, because I got to run, fellas, April 2nd, we are doing the raffle for the Aiden Hutchinson autographed rookie card and the Aiden Hutchinson jersey patch card. You have to be subscribed to the channel. You have to be on here live. We're going to raffle off the jersey patch card first, which is a numbered card. I think they only made like 99 of these, and then we're going to raffle off the autographed Aiden Hutchinson rookie card. I'm telling you, man, listen, ain't nobody doing what we do over here at Week 3 Kings. I'm going to pop my collar to that. Ain't nobody saying, hey, man, we appreciate you spending time with us. You know, we appreciate y'all, you know, coming here. All we asking is for likes, subscribes, and shares. And
indeed.
I'm working on a couple sacks that's going to be going out to some people, you know, that's just been supporting us. That's always in the chat. So,
and you know, our brothers here, right here, they know that quite well, right?
You know, so I just want y'all to keep, you know, when you're in that chat, man, keep commenting. And I got to answer one more. I love these guys right here. You know, like, listen, what has State done lately, man? Like you can't talk about, how we talk about we ain't talking about that. We talking about currently.
Bro,
we're talking currently.
His name is Troll Papa.
I know.
And he just, you know, say he wielded big AM on that one, man.
You know it.
He got wielded in. But yeah. But most definitely, listen, make sure you guys like, subscribe, share this, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go ahead and get some final thoughts and wrap it up, man, because like I said, we're going over 2 hours. One more thing you got before you go, Big A?
Yeah, but most definitely, like I said, and also another thing, check out Michigan Crystal Balls, man. I mean, we crystal ball for Aaron Childs, you know, 4-star linebacker out of Pennsylvania. We crystal ball for Blake Frazier, 4-star tackle out of Texas. We crystal ball for Max Anderson, another 4-star tackle out of Texas. Michigan is in Texas. And another thing, we are also crystal ball for a top 50 running back, Taylor Tatum, out of Texas. I mean, but I got to go.
It's up there, Big A. All right, man. We appreciate y'all. With that being said, listen, we're going to get into some final thoughts. Listen, we've been going on about almost 2 hours now, man. Another great show. So let's get it going, man. Of course, we're going to allow our guests, you know what I'm saying, to go ahead and speak their piece. So, Nomas J, man, what's your final thoughts on today?
Oh, man, what a great show. Thank you, brothers, of course, for having us on, man. Y'all already know that we support y'all for sure, man. Rocking with your King, I've been rocking with you for years. So, obviously, again, we got our show that's going to be coming out on technically Wednesday. Me and Daryl gonna get together on it Tuesday at night. I gotta hit you up, Daryl. But and then our podcast will be Thursday. The D313SB. That's the name of my YouTube channel now. Y'all can go to D313SB. So make sure y'all again follow us on all social media, man. It's all titled the same thing. D313SB. And as far as I hate to do this, Daryl, but shout out to 0-16 because when we found out that Michigan State lost, he finally decided he gonna show up on the show and come in there and troll him. I said, okay, for real. Thought that was real funny, man. But
he want to put a perfect season T-shirt. He want to put a perfect. He want to put a perfect season T-shirt. Ain't no perfect season when you lose the TCU. I'm saying.
Most hilarious thing ever, but we appreciate him for coming on there, man. He gave some good intake on the show, man. We gonna be, like I said, we got things coming, so I'm gonna turn it over to Daryl, man. Go ahead, homie.
I appreciate
you, man. Make sure, like you said, man, make sure to follow our podcast at D313XP, man. Like you said, man, we got big things coming up. We just taking the day at a time, man. Just working. We've starting from the bottom, working our way up. He said, you got any questions, got any concerns, and the comments you want to talk about on our show, you can follow us, our social media platforms. Our Facebook page is D313XB. You got any topics you wanted to talk about on our show, feel free to, to send us a message. Like you said, man, we looking forward to, saying the bring the show upcoming. Like the show. Shout out to King and Big Willie and Big A, man. Shout out to your guys, man. Downtown Deuce. Shout out to Downtown Deuce. Shout out to Carl Collins, man. Shout out 0-16. Everybody else always in the chat, man. Let's continue to show love and be as a community, man, and lift each other up, man. Shout out to Culture Detroit, man, as well. So
that's what's up. Appreciate you fellas for joining us on today, man. And like I said, we look forward to you guys shows up and coming, man. And like I said, you guys got our full support going forward, man. And we look forward to working together continuously, man. Like I said, we all brothers around here. King, man, final thoughts, brother.
Listen, man, I'm gonna just be short and sweet. Big draft for both franchises.
Big draft energy.
Lions and Pistons.
Big
time drafts, man.
Big draft.
More Lions, but big time drafts.
More Lions.
Like I said, I'm ready to get this Piston season's done so we can get into all the hood rat things with our friends.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, J.B. Fox. Listen, I know what you're doing. No, but seriously, I can't wait to do some hood rat things with our friends, man, this summer with the Pistons. And the Lions, the buzz for the Lions. That's self-explanatory right now. So it's gonna be a fun summer. Man, can't wait till we three kings go out to training camp this off season. I'm gonna be there 3 hours early every time. But other than that, man, that's all I got.
I want to say one more thing. For sure. Hey, also too, man, we got the Tigers. Baseball season is the
Miggy's last run.
Last run. You get a chance, guys, to go down there and go to some Tigers games, man. This is Miggy's last run. So definitely, hopefully, looking for a good baseball season for the Tigers. To see what Scott Harris does as our new general manager. So, but looking forward to it, man. Tiger season. Hopefully, we say in Troy, we in Scott, and we trust. We definitely say in Troy, we trust. Definitely say in Steve Eiserman, we trust. Definitely say in Brad, we trust. Let's say the same thing for Scott Harris, man. So
that's what bring the Tigers up. Listen, we're looking for exciting things coming with the Detroit Tigers this year. So, first of all, make sure we give a shout out to our Culture Sports Club. Like I said, we're still working behind the scenes on some upcoming events and things going on with the Culture Sports Club. So please be on the lookout on that. If you follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you're going to see some things that we've been doing and it's upcoming things that we got going on. Like I said, it's really serviceable things that we got going on with the youth right now that we're working on, and you're going to see that up and coming. For me, it's final thoughts, man. All I gotta say is, can you put my picture up? Let's put my picture up. Let's put my picture up. Let's put my picture up, and we gonna end it on that note. We gotta end this on a high note, fellas. Man, there we go. There it is. There it is. And there it is. And listen, with that being said, we had a wonderful show. We appreciate you guys for rocking with us. Yes, indeed. We appreciate you rocking with us, man. Till next time, please enjoy yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. We Three Kings out, baby.
Out.